All right, good Sunday afternoon, June the 23rd today. So, been doing some stuff around the house, some cleaning, some projects. Maybe we'll walk outside here after a bit and I can show you. We did a little more planting in the garden, did some weeding, that sort of thing. But down here in the grow room, just thought I'd give you an update to start off with. So let's take a look. So microgreens really don't have anything growing. I've got a tray of beets here that was an experiment. They are a bit thin, so I think we gotta do some more experimenting yet to see how they're gonna grow the best, but still working on that. Other than that, pretty empty. I do have a mess, though I need to get cleaned up, so I think we'll be working on that yet tonight. Hydroponics rack. So we harvested that entire middle shelf here yesterday morning just before the farmer's market, and actually we sold out of everything for hydroponics yesterday, so that's great news there. I did transfer some out of the seed starter down there, so there's some new ones there. That one's empty. These will be ready here. Since we're going on vacation this weekend, we're not going to be at the farmer's market. Those are scheduled to be ready then for the following week, that entire bottom shelf. And then we've got a couple more up there that are a couple weeks behind the bottom shelf. Did something completely crazy on the seed starter. So we planted 18 today. So I put a piece of tape on the front just so I could know what was what, because we planted 3 bok choy, 9 Paris white, and 3 red salad bowl. Over here on the microgreen starting shelf, I've got a stack of trays, used trays that need to go out, and otherwise just a mess that needs to get cleaned up. Same with my workbench here, just a mess, needs to get cleaned up. So I think that's yet the project of the rest of the evening, is to kind of get some of this stuff cleaned up. So just kind of an update on farmers market. Microgreens have been doing decently well. Been selling roughly about half of the product that we're taking out there, of each kind. So far, peas and radishes have been the ones that are a little bit more popular over the broccoli and kale, but we'll keep going and see. So far, I'm still just growing 1 tray of each week. I've been kind of keeping broccoli out there, and then each week, and then going between cabbage and kale, kind of rotating, and then every week been trying to have radish and peas. So I don't know, like I said, I've been selling about half of what I take out there. The rest of it we're bringing home, utilizing for ourselves, and if we can't utilize it within about a week, we've been throwing it in the freezer. And then Samantha uses it later on in her homemade bone broth. So rather than it just going out to the compost, we are getting use out of it ourselves. So it works. Sell what we can first, and then kind of step it down, eat some fresh, and then, like I said, bone broth next. So I think that's about it, kind of for down here. Just need to get cleaned up down here, and make this space a little bit more user-friendly to walk through here, since I've got a lot of stuff. So I think that's what I'm up to, and we'll check in with you later. Well, that looks a little better, so let's take a look here. So I moved a shelf around a bit there, so that I can get that 5-gallon bucket and that other bucket down underneath. So I was able to tuck some of that away in there. Down here, kind of got this stuff cleaned up and out of there. I had some fans and some stuff that I was able to stick up in between up here, so on the top of the shelf, so I was able to keep that accessible but yet out of the way. So that pretty well cleaned up that section there. Over here I hauled out all those that stack of used soil and microgreens and got that out of there, and just kind of cleaned up and organized. I did also vacuum and clean up the floor as well, so that's clean. And I organized my workspace and got that all cleaned up. I got a couple bags of garbage to haul out, so looking pretty good now. Not perfect, but a whole lot better, and we can actually walk in and out of here without tripping on things, so that's a definite plus. So need to keep it this way, especially now with growing for the farmers market, and in and out of here all the time. So with that, I think I'm gonna head outside. I still have to carry out those couple bags of garbage from down here, and then I've got those microgreen trays that I hauled out sitting on my driveway, so I need to get those dumped out, and then maybe we'll give you a look at the backyard garden and show you what's going on out there. So all right, so taking a look out here in the garden on how things are doing. So beans are coming up here on the first trellis. We've got our Brussels sprouts that are definitely taking off here in the middle. This trellis here is another row of beans. And those are again up. Peppers, so we did lose one, the farthest one way down there in the corner. We were unsuccessful to sell our leftover peppers at the farmers market, so we decided rather than wasting them, we were just going to plant them. So we placed one down there. We put a couple in the middle there where there was a break. There was another break up here where we put a couple in. Then from there we found a space down over here in the corner that didn't have anything, and there was a water line that had some excess from those beans, so I just moved the water line out and around and put 4 pepper plants in there. And then we also, I'll get to them, but we added a few pepper plants down over yonder as well where we had some space. So there's the peppers. I'm not sure what we got in right now for plants. I think we started with 20, so 22, 24, 28, 9, I think we got 31 pepper plants now, so I am short a few cages, but this trellis here is peas and they are coming up. The beets are coming up. They're a little sporadic. But that's all right. I've got 5 rows of beets in here. I'll have to thin those down here after a bit, and we'll make some pickled beets this year. This trellis again is peas, and down there are the cherry tomatoes. I did prune those this afternoon and tie them up. So, and then of course up here along the edge is our squash, and I think we might have a pumpkin or an acorn squash or something up here as well that voluntarily grew, but these are spaghetti squash otherwise up here, and then wrapped around the corner. And then we ran out of spaghetti squash and had some more space, so there's we put the remaining 3 peppers, 1, 2, and 3 down there. So there's kind of an overall look at the garden. About all I have left out here besides maintaining and weeding for the year is the bean trellises do need another row of fence put on them. They're only 4 feet high right now. They need to go to 8. And then some cages around the peppers, I think, is about the other thing I need to do. So, all right, there's a look at the outside. I'm gonna call it a night, and we'll catch in with you later.